Buongiorno. I am in Florence in Piazza della Signoria. I thought I'd take you here this morning. I'm going to be entering this amazing building and we're going to climb up there to Torre di Arnolfo, way up there. But I thought first off I'd start by showing you the piazza, but it's relatively actually kind of quiet right now. This is about as quiet as I think it gets for this time of day. In this piazza, you usually wouldn't be able to see this spot right here. This is where Savonarola was killed. He was the priest that had, really changed Florence in many ways, and what some would say was kind of ended the Renaissance here. Over there is the best hot chocolate I've ever had at Rivoire, and that's Cioccolata Calda. Here we have an amazing, the fountain. We have the, I call it Fake David over here, and that's because originally someone threw something, the original was there, and it's now in the Accademia, but someone threw something out the window and they broke his arm, so he's protected. As are some of these other statues. You'll find some of these statues in the Bargello. You'll see some of them inside Palazzo Vecchio, which means old palace. You'll see, but some of them are still the originals, as we see here with the Loggia della. And so this was an open air place where Florentine citizens could come and speak their mind and also enjoy art. And so you have lots of, it's nice to just kind of sit here and enjoy the statues. There's lots of statues. It's a good place. Just the other day I was just sitting here just doing nothing, just sitting on the steps, chilling out, enjoying the view. That's Cellini's Perseus with the head of Medusa. Come show you a little bit closer. Over here is the Uffizi Gallery. Up here, do you see that corridor up there, that walkway? So that's the Vasari corridor. And that starts from here, the Palazzo Vecchio, because this is still the city hall. It's been the home of Florence government for many, many hundreds of years. And so when the Medici were in rule, by the time of the Grand Dukes of the Medici family, they had moved into what is called the Palazzo Pitti, which is on the other side of the river. And so this corridor was built by the great artist Giorgio Vasari. And it was to allow them to move. They can, on this corridor, they go over the offices, the Uffizi. They go over the Ponte Vecchio, the old bridge. They go through a church which allowed them access to Santa Felicita, and gave them an ability to go and witness mass without actually being with anybody, and then to their home, Palazzo Pitti, so they could move about. So we're going to go inside Michelozzo's courtyard here. It's starting to get a little busier. And I'll take you through what I can take you through before I have to actually go buy a ticket. Look at how big these doors are. To give you an idea of how grand this palace is. You can get it, you can get the scope a little bit that I can't get it in one view. I can never get it in one pan. And so here's a beautiful courtyard. Really emphasizing this was once, as we'll see inside, this was somebody's home. This is where the Medici lived, Eleanor of Toledo. Her rooms upstairs are really gorgeous. So not only was this practical, but it was also a private residence. And the frescoes, although faded, I think are still quite vivid for as long as they've been here. Originally, you'll see, you probably have seen this before. that looks like what the French would call a fleur de lis. And that fleur de lis is actually the giglio in Florence. And the giglio is the symbol of Florence. And so you see it in pretty much every building, especially in places like this that also had a civic function. And so the places like this that had a civic function will tell stories in the paintings of battles won, of greatness. So they're meant to laud the Republic of Florence. And well, I always enjoy it. I see an open door. This is why I got distracted for a second whenever I see an open door. Even though it's behind a curtain, I'm not supposed to go. So later, when I get my tickets, we'll go up and we'll explore a little bit. But I wanted to show you some things. This is under construction. So you can't see some of the, for instance, there's some great fountains back there. In here too, there's archaeological museum, all sorts of, kind of amazing things in this palace. And here, I want to show you. This is my main man over here. This is my lion. I love this lion. You're gonna see here. And so, and I wish this fountain was running because it's really quite magnificent. But you get this feeling when you're in here of both the current and the past, and how sometimes you'll see people getting married. You'll see brides coming in wedding dresses because it's still City Hall. And what a magnificent place. But they have really done a great job of combining that old and the new. So I'm going to let you guys go because I'm going to get on in line and get ready. Ciao.